Hey, you guys, welcome back. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I am going live today because this is really some huge, huge breaking news concerning the presidency of President Joe Biden. He has officially quit the race. I repeat, he has definitely quit the race, you guys, and to say that this is a very unusual part of history, um, it's just shocking. I mean, I guess that's just the way I could put it. This is completely shocking that he literally has left the race. I know that there's been a lot of things going on as far as, people questioning his health, people questioning if he's fit to be president. And again, everybody said, only he can decide if he is able to be president. This has been such a long week. I know a lot of people have been talking about, his issues concerning if he can be president. But again, that was not up to us. That was up to him to decide, if he want to stay in or if he wanted to go. Um, he officially dropped out today. Now, I don't even know when is the last time that this actually happened. I'm actually going to Google that in just a moment to see when is the last time that this actually has happened, because this has not happened in quite a while, you guys. So I'm going to look that up in just one moment. I'm trying to scroll through here. You guys, we are live. Make sure you thumbs up this video, click and subscribe. You guys, we are live. I'm trying to get some stuff together behind the scenes, and we are live. We will definitely be talking about this. And like I said, whether you are a fan of his or not, I take an issue with how this whole thing went down. I take an issue with voters having so little time to be able to vet and pick a candidate. It should not be up to the people that have the money per se to pick a candidate. This should have been up to the people, and I feel like the people are being robbed in this situation because the election is literally in November. This is mid-July, and these problems that was going on with President Joe Biden cannot have happened overnight. I stated this in one of my previous videos that, I literally have family members that have suffered through a lot of ailments as they got older, and to try to help them on top of, say, just per se, if they were president. There's no way you can be president with the type of ailments that some people in my family has had. I'm talking about strokes, dementia, etc. I have a family member that's in a wheelchair. Like, there's such a burden on that, and I just feel that, all of these issues cannot have happened, like, overnight. And then to shortchange the voters, by not allowing us a fair opportunity to get to know, um, who is in this election. We just don't have enough time at this point. And, I just feel like we were definitely shortchanged on that aspect. Um, because, like I said, we have literally 3 or 4 months before this election. It's just like not enough time at all. So I definitely want to know what you guys think. At this point, we have to roll with what we got. And right now, they're going to have to pick another candidate. But I definitely want to know, who do you guys think should be um, in this election at this point? because I mean somebody got to run. So I definitely want to know who you guys think should run at this point. I'm trying to look up some information for you guys. Um, Let me see. I'm going to Google. When is the last time a president? When was the last time a president quit? Maybe a president quit. Oh, okay, okay. Now, according to this, faced with what seemed almost certain impeachment, Nixon announced on August 8th, 1974, that he would resign the next day to begin that process of healing which is so desperately needed in America. In his last years, Nixon gained praise as an elder statesman. Okay, so yeah, they're saying it was Nixon, Richard Nixon. Let me see. There's some other people. Um, Let me see. Spyro Theodore Agnew, November 9th of 1918, was the 39th Vice President of the United States, serving from 1969 until resignation in 1973. I have never heard that name. I have never ever heard that name. Um, okay. So Spyro Agnew was okay, he passed in 1996. Okay, he was the 39th Vice President of the United States, serving from 1969 until his resignation in 1973. He was the second of two vice presidents to resign. Okay, he resigned. The first was John C. Calhoun in 1832. Let me see. Okay, so it was just two people. Um, yeah, so I mean, this does not happen that often. And like I said, this is huge breaking news because like this just this does not happen. I'm gonna go ahead and read what Joe Biden put on social media. He said over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to a million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first Pow safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. And I definitely want to know what you guys think below. I know that none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once in a century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It's been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it may have been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude for all of those who have worked so hard for me to get reelected. I want to thank VP Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust You have placed in me, I believe, today what I've always have, that there's nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. And again, this is what he wrote. And again, you guys, this is definitely breaking breaking news as we go through this extremely historical day in which our president has officially threw in the tile, on his presidency. And as of right now, we don't know who else is going to run. And, you know, we are going through this process. Um, we're going through this process to figure out who's going to be our next president. And this is just shocking news to me today. Very, very shocking news. Um, it's very shocking to me that we had to come down to this so late into his term where, I wish that we could have actually had more time to get to know any other candidates that might want to run. And with so little time left, um, with so little time left before the election, I'm actually very concerned about this because I just don't feel like it's enough time. I just don't feel like it's enough time to introduce another candidate. I just don't feel like this time it's just not enough time for anybody else to enter this race, in my opinion. And I wish that we had more time to visit somebody else that can run. Now, if you guys have any suggestions on who do you think should run, by all means, you're free to leave a comment respectfully. Um, they're definitely going to have to use Kamala Harris, and this is why I say this. Um, they're going to have to use her because she's already known. She has more notoriety right now. I don't think she's going to give up all that money they've been raising. um I don't know. I cannot imagine them not having her. So if you keep her, who else goes with her? you know um and then, I mean, just to be straight up honest, you're always going to have a percent of people that's not going to vote for her just because she is a person of color. I'm just going to keep it real. I don't care if it's Democrat or independent or whatever. You're going to have a certain amount of person that's just not going to want to vote for her because she's a person of color, just to keep it 100%. And I know that the news tends to want to dance around that, but it is what it is. I'm just going to say it, you know, and they can't just like toss her off of the ticket altogether. And then here's another thing. You can't just have her run for like vice president again. So she has to be at the top of the ticket. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to be played out because okay, she's been VP already. You literally cannot have her on a ticket again as a VP, in my opinion. I think that would actually be insulting. So you have to have her as a presidential nominee and then add somebody else as the vice presidential candidate. I mean, so even though they're saying, yeah, I endorse her, okay, is she going to be at the top of the ticket? Okay, the second thing is, who else would you put in this race? Do you want to have notoriety at this point? Do you want to just introduce somebody fresh that don't have too many political bones in the closet? I mean, at this point, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think people have drawn a line in the sand at this point. It's basically like, okay, I'm voting for Trump or I'm not, or I'm voting for Biden, Harris, or whoever Harris is with or not. I mean, it is what it is. At this point, it has to be Harris at the top of the ticket. She just cannot come back as VP. She has to come back as the president, head at the top of the ticket. So then, if you want to go at the bottom of the ticket, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I have my own personal picks. They might not be picks of other people, but I have my own picks. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I seriously, seriously love Pete Buttigieg. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Um, and that's just my opinion. They keep talking about Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, and then you got Gavin Newsom from California. I'm gonna tell you, I know that Gavin Newsom has like a household name, but this is my opinion about the Gavin Newsom situation. Um, if anybody has been to California lately, I have. California is a mess. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have never seen so many homeless people in my life. I felt very sad about the situation, just even vacationing without just stopping to help everybody and just try to get food and water for everybody. The conditions were deplorable. Um, I did not feel safe in California. Um, California does have some very, very good tourists. California has some good tourist places if you know where to go. But between the taxes and what I was seeing, like literally the people that were on the street, it just looked so destitute, in my opinion. And I really felt bad leaving California. I really felt bad for the people there. That I mean, you just literally see so many people, and I'm from, the Midwest, and yes, we do have homeless people, and yes, we do have weird stuff that goes on. Okay, but the scale of what I saw in California, that man should not be running for president right now. He really does need to fix California. I'm just gonna be honest. Um, Another thing, let me see. You got Gretchen Whitmore from Michigan, governor of Michigan. I'm gonna say this. I've been to Michigan several times too. Now I do love Michigan. There's nothing like getting food in downtown Detroit. They really do have some hidden gems in downtown Detroit for food and music and everything else. If you have not been to downtown Detroit, I highly recommend it. Um, Detroit, similar to the city I live in, but it just didn't have that strange factor that I got when I was in California, if that makes any sense. Like being in Detroit, I did not feel unsafe. I did not feel like I couldn't walk into a CVS and not feel safe, if that makes any sense. I mean, I guess at this point, no matter where you live at, I guess different cities and stuff have different issues. But I mean, like I said, I mean, they could put somebody completely fresh on there. I mean, that would be great. I mean, if you literally throw a mayor on this ticket at this point, I mean, I'm going to say this. I don't even think it would matter for the simple fact, if you're Democratic, more than likely you're going to vote for that ticket. If you're a Republican, you're more than likely going to vote for that ticket. So I mean, this could be an opportunity to get a fresh person out there, for people to get to know. That would be good. Um, I think it's opportunity for it. Um, I think that this. next few months is probably going to be one of the biggest. I have never heard of so many breaking stories, so many facets going on with um politics, so many breaking stories with politics. Like I've never seen so many. Um I don't know. I just think that this next few months is just gonna be weird. So yeah, I just wanted to get this information out there and just a little short live, you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I do not go live very often, and I definitely want to start going live a lot more. But yeah, we're gonna be watching this. I might come back and do another live. If anything else comes out about the situation, I will definitely be coming back, you guys. So like, share, subscribe. Until next time, be safe and enjoy your night. Bye, guys.